Welcome back to the Morning Hustles, our good friend, legal expert, and all-around dope human, man. One time for I Am Legally Hype. Woo!
Hey, good
Whoa.
morning.
Good morning to you. There's so much to be hype about this week because there's a lot going on. Now, can you explain to us why it's probably not a good idea to smack people on camera?
Because you're either going to jail or you're going to get sued. Okay, so Will Smith ran up on Chris Rock at the Oscars this week. And lucky for him, Chris Rock did not want to press criminal charges. So Will Smith did not go to jail. However, if Chris Rock decides to get in those pockets, he can definitely do that because you cannot assault anyone and you cannot commit battery. Those are intentional torts, which means you intentionally ran up on somebody with the intent to hurt them. And so now I get to run up in your pockets. So hopefully Chris Rock does not decide to sue Will Smith, but if he do, he's gonna get a lot of shmoney.
And what about with the Academy? Because this is an event for them that they threw. They invited both Chris Rock and Will Smith. Now, can one, Chris Rock then turn around and sue also the Academy? And two, can the Academy sue Will Smith for putting their talent in danger?
Yes and yes. Chris Rock can definitely sue the Academy because technically they are like the parent of the situation, which means they owed Chris Rock a particular duty. That duty was to keep him safe. Because they did not keep him safe in that instance, he can definitely sue them for what Will Smith did because the Academy invited Will Smith, who was the unsafe person. So yes, he can sue the Academy, and yes, the Academy could say, okay, that's fine. You want to sue us, but we're also going to sue Will Smith because he put us in this situation. And so now, since you contributed to the negligence that we are now being sued for, now we're gonna get some money from you too, and you're gonna help us pay him because you're the one that hurt him in the first place.
And Will Smith should sue Jada too, because she didn't stop him.
Well, Jada probably paid in other ways, so she might be okay.
Now, real quick, legally hype, there are levels to assault, right? Like, is a smack viewed with the same gravity as like a punch or a stabbing or even a mushing? Is a mushing as aggressive as a slap?
In the court of law, they don't care. Did you put your hands on somebody? Did you cause them harm? Did they see that harm was coming? And if you did, then you're just as liable. Now, maybe a jury might see it different when it comes to damages. So how much they say that the victim gets, they may take that into consideration when they think about how much money should we give the victim. But in the court of law, you can't put your hands on nobody, period. You're going to jail and we can sue you.
Right. And this is something else that I learned a while back. I used to think that if somebody said certain things to you, that also was something that is like a physical, that is a offense. So for instance, I was in a restaurant and it was an Asian restaurant. A Chinese man walked in and I was with my Chinese friends. And I guess he didn't like that. And he called me a nigger. Right. So we all ended up getting into an altercation with this person. When the police came, that was the basis. Like, oh, well, he verbally assaulted. And they were like, well, that's okay. Did he put his hands on you, though? So y'all hit first. Okay, so y'all are in trouble. So when somebody verbally assaults you, there's really nothing you could do about that, is there?
Not criminally because they didn't harm you. But for example, what if they caused you emotional distress because of what they said? Well, you can sue them for that, right? Or for example, what if what they said was not true and it ruined your reputation? Well, you can sue them for that too, right? So they probably won't go to jail. But again, you can't talk about my name and not keep it a B. So if you do that, then I want my money.
Right. Well, speaking of money, the people want the money, and it looks like we're getting it in the form of possibly reduced gas prices. But a lot of people is like, yo, what's up with the college tuition reimbursement you promised us, Uncle Joe? Where we at with that?
Uncle Joe. I got a phone. And I'm one of them, like my students don't stay up there. Okay. They up there. I'm worth a lot of money that I don't got. So I don't know how we're gonna get this taken care of, but it's between God and Uncle Joe at this point. So Biden definitely dropped his 2023 budget proposal. And at this point, I haven't read the whole thing, so I don't want to lie on nobody, but I haven't seen anything that affects tuition reimbursement. However, this is more about spending and the type of things that we can spend on in America. So, for example, we have increased like our national security budget, right? And I think at this point, this is the highest, like the most amount of money we've ever put in our national security defense fund, because we have the war going on in UK and this, that, and the third. So we want to make sure America we straight, because I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not in shape to be fighting like the UK's fighting right now. So we're gonna have to pay for that. They have also increased like police spending, and they have also tried to increase things such as healthcare, they've increased the budget for things such as healthcare as well as schools. But my assumption right now is that it's public schooling, because we all know our public schools, they're struggling a little bit right now. So us dear college kids who have signed that paperwork, however many years ago, saying that, okay, we're going to borrow this money from you to go to school and get these jobs that you said they were going to have when we got out of here, that they don't have, but we know we still got to run you that money back. We have not got our relief yet. So I'm going to need Joe and Auntie Kamala to get it together soon. But we're going to be safe, y'all. We're going to be safe. It's okay. And, if COVID start tripping again, it's a little more money in the COVID fund too, so we might be okay. But students, we probably gonna have to start talking about some other stuff.
There's a rumor going on out there, and it has to do with, this is a little pivot. So if you don't know this, then I get it. Okay, but so there's a rumor going on out there about the COVID vaccines, right? And that insurance companies are basically saying, if you pass away or something and they figure out that it's due to the vaccine, that you voluntarily took the vaccine, so they would picture that as suicide, and you wouldn't be able to get your money, your health insurance money, your claims, or anything like that. Do you know if there's any truth to that? Is that just like an internet rumor, or do you got to get back to that on next week?
So I have not heard that yet. I will look into that, but that is hecka smart, and that definitely sounds like something the insurance companies would try to pull, because they don't want it. They don't want to run you your money. Right. However, the thing about it is, if that wasn't in your contract prior to you signing that, right? If that wasn't like a clause in the contract, in your insurance contract, it's gonna be really hard for them to try to pull that. But that's why you got to be careful when you read these contracts, because they be having little loopholes thrown in there. And so something like this may actually fit in that loophole. So you know what? I'm gonna do my research this week, and next week I'm gonna have a full answer for you.
Thank you, because I really want to know.
Read the fine print, and you always gotta believe the hype.
You know it.
Especially if it's coming from Legally Hype. If people want to follow you, where do they go, love?
I am Legally Hype. I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter. But y'all be cutting up. Twitter is a dangerous place. So.
Be safe out there. Don't get slapped by nobody, okay?
I'm going to try not to. I'm going to stay in the house.
All right, one time for Legally Hype, y'all.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
love.
you.
We are the Morning Hustle.